Well, let's go back to the Olympic Stadium, shall we? Tanya, you're one of the few people who's been allowed inside, so the burning question is, what's it like?
Well, I tell you what, Phil, we were very privileged indeed because we were actually allowed off the bus, because people have been in there but not been allowed off the bus. And it's quite funny, it's hard to explain. I've been in a lot of stadiums in my time, but it had a really nice feeling to it, which is a strange thing to say, but some are just sort of big and vast and impressive looking, but this had a really nice feeling to it because, well, away from all the money that can be made from these games, it is, of course, about the sport. And we were very lucky to get a tour right around this entire site, which is about the size, they say, of Alton Towers. It's that big a site and venue here. Along with us were a couple of Yorkshire athletes who will hopefully be competing here in just over a year's time. And we had a rather special tour guide, the Olympic gold medalist triple jumper Jonathan Edwards.
I've been involved in this since the bid phase, and one of the things we always said, it wasn't just about 2 weeks of Olympic sport and 12 days of Paralympic sport in the summer of 2012, it was about bringing the whole country together and the whole country feeling part of 2012.
Listening in, 16-year-old ripon diver Jack Law. It's not many who get to celebrate finishing their GCSEs with a trip around the Olympic Park.
My last GCSE exams had a lot of weight off my shoulders, and today this is absolutely great coming here. I'm feeling so excited about this, and I'm leaving for World Championships later this week as well, so it is really a busy week.
Also on board, Wakefield high jumper Martin Bernard. The aquatic centre where Jack hopes to dive is one of the iconic buildings in the park. Sadly, this was as close as we got.
It looks absolutely great from the outside. It looks like an absolutely magnificent building. It'd be nice to go inside, but I guess it's going to have to do.
So much more impressive actually when you're down here. It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. So wonderful. It's great.
The park is around 450 hectares, about 3.5 kilometres long, that's about 2 miles, and it takes 20 minutes to walk from end to end. Unlike many tours, we got to stop at the Olympic Stadium and get off to take a look around. So what do you make of the Olympic Stadium?
It's absolutely great. It's a phenomenal site to be here. It's absolutely massive as well, a lot bigger than I expected. Everything looks absolutely fantastic.
It's lovely, isn't it? You kind of come in and you get just... it's nerve-wracking and you get goosebumps.
And we're stood where you could be competing.
I know. Hopefully it won't be as hard as this. There'll be some track laid down, but at the same time it's fantastic to be here, and hopefully in a year's time we'll be here competing in the final and getting a medal.
Jonathan, you do tours like this regularly. Is the reaction always the same, a little bit awestruck?
Completely. And to be honest, even though I was here 3 weeks ago and I was here a week before that, I get awestruck as well. I think the transformation of this site is amazing. And, you know, we focus on, obviously, the athletes doing their thing in 2012, but I think what's been achieved here by the Olympic Delivery Authority with the help of businesses from across the United Kingdom, including Yorkshire, obviously, is just fantastic.
You still live up in the northeast, not a million miles away from Yorkshire. Do you feel that you still have to sell the games outside of London?
There's always a sense, you're right, of people thinking, well, okay, you know, it's fantastic that the UK has won the right to host the games, and we love to watch it on the telly, or if you're lucky enough to get tickets to come down and see it. But what's in it for us? But when, you know, I sit down with people and say, well, you know, this is our education programme, this is what's happening with the torch relay, these are the businesses which have won contracts, this is what's happening with the Cultural Olympiad and the London 2012 Festival. People think, do you know what? There's a real effort here, and there's a real will to make the benefits of the games spread beyond London. And I think there's a lot to be proud of in the way that it is a UK's games and not just a London's games.
Obviously, a lot of people disappointed that they missed out on getting those tickets. Do you think that's dented it at all?
I think people are disappointed, obviously, and that, you know, they planned to come down to London and watch the opening ceremony or the men's 100-metre final or Tom Daley in you know, diving. So I kind of understand that, but the reality is, you know, there was only so many tickets and many more people applied, so there's always going to be that disappointment. But it's not the last chance. There's going to be about another 1 million tickets released towards the end of the year, the beginning of next year, and there's lots of free events to come down to London and see, the likes of the road cycling, which we should be very good at from a British perspective. You've also got the marathons and the like. So yeah, disappointed, but still lots of opportunities to come down and be part of it.
And when you're here looking around this, do you wish you could roll back the clock and be out there going for gold again?
Yeah, I mean, I've never I kind of had that moment of regret of retirement at all and wanted to be out there. I'm quite happy being retired, but yeah, being here and thinking what it would be like, you know, come the summer of 2012, you know, the opening ceremony, and then when the athletics starts, I would love to have been competing here. It'll be, for British athletes, it'll be like an experience like none other.
I guess you would expect somebody to be, like me, to be pretty excited by being here and having been here. But when you saw the sort of wide-eyed excitement from Martin Bernard, who's competed around the world and in Beijing, of course, then you really got a sense of what this Games is going to mean to